Welcome back once again, folks. I'm your host, Matt, aka Mateo83. You can find me on Twitter right there. Follow me on the Twitter at Mateo83. It's week 10, our fantasy football recap show, guys. Let's just get right down to the nitty gritty, right? Let's just roll those highlights. First off the bat, we had me taking on Luis in the week 1 rematch, guys. Just another week of crazy fantasy football action. I mean, we're used to it, right? We're used to people being up by a certain amount and then leads changing like 20 times throughout the night. But Luis beats me 103 to 116. Nothing too exciting. Luis gets a lot of points, a lot of help from the Arizona defense, and actually got a lot of help from, I want to say his name was Mr. Benjamin on the Carolina Panthers. 19 points from them. Him definitely helped Luis's in his situation. It came to like 2 points, man. I felt like I was going to win, but McCoy just did not show up this week. So unfortunately for me, another loss. I'm 1-9. I'm 1-9 in my own league. Am I mad about it? Just a little bit. But I digress, guys. We can move along. Second game up, we had It's Always Sunny Leon taking on Better Than Desra. Just a bad week from Jeremy. He's having surgery today, so shout out to Jeremy. Hope you are feeling better pretty soon. But Gabe gets the win this week. His second win in a row, his third win overall, 100 to 86. He got 20 points from Drew Brees, 23 points from Justin Forsett, and 15 points from Mason Crosby. It was kind of bad on the defensive side. He had -3 points from the Carolina defense. Jeremy got no points from Ryan Bullock because he left him on a bye, and 0 points from Spiller because Spiller's an injured reserve. Matt Asiata also on a bye. So you had 3 players with 0 points. Still only 14 points down, Jeremy. You probably would have had this if you played a little bit more players. Russell Wilson with 21, 27 points from Jordy Nelson to help you out there. But I think you'll probably bounce back. You did not expect another 0 from Terrence Williams, but neither did I. I had him in one of my other leagues, and I mean, I barely managed to win in that game because of somebody like Terrence Williams getting you no points. Not expecting that. I mean, Des Bryant did hog all the glory in that game, but oh well. I mean, you expect Tony Romo to spread around just a little bit in London, right? Moving along to game 3, we have Blackbeards of Light taking on Football Bravo. Beats them 131 to 74. Freddie looking like the Freddie of old, just dominating all over the board. 21 points from Mark Sanchez, 17 from Robinson, 11 from Julio Jones, Jamal Charles with 17, Mark Ingram with 13, Julius Thomas with 18, Bobby Rainey, your flex with 5.6 points, the lowest point total on that for his starting lineup. Parkey with 9 as his kicker and 17 points from a Cleveland defense. My God, it's hard to beat a team like that when all your players are doing pretty well. Bravo just was not. He got Calvin Johnson back this week, so a plus side for him. Just not a good week. He did start Ben Roethlisberger. Roethlisberger came back down to earth, the Ben of old. So what can we expect out of Ben Roethlisberger? I'm not really expecting too much out of him going into the future. Johnny's a.k.a. Draft Day Losers defeats the Shield by 13 points, 107 to 94. Got 40 points from Marshawn Lynch. My God, that is insane. But Alex combated right back with the 36 point from Aaron Rodgers. Almost helped him, but he just did not get that backup help that he needed. Marquise Colston with 3.6, Jeremy Hill with 4, Reggie Bush with 2. So his running backs totally killed him, held him back on that. Jason Wynn, actually, I think one of his had 9.3 points, 17 points from the Green Bay defense, but Alex needed a little bit more help. You're even out at 5-5, bro. I think you're going to be just fine. In our last game of the week, we had Joe taking on Joey's Shiver Me Timbers. Joe comes out of nowhere and beats Joey 124 to 82. Joey's big defense this week was that he left his players on bye. Rob Gronkowski, Alfred Morris, and Lamar Miller. Miller actually played out 0.6 points. Did get injured, I believe, so watch out for that. And but Joe had a lot of good players. Peyton Manning with 31, Torrey Smith with 13, Frank Gore with 14, Terrence West with 15. Just totally helped him out. It's Terrence or Travis, I'm not too sure. 31 points from the Philadelphia defense, top defensive score this week. So good job there, Joe. Playing the Philadelphia defense definitely helped you out there. Let's run down the standings. And the top spot, we got Johnny at 8-2, Luis back in second place at 7-3, Joey at 7-3, Blackbeards of Light 5-5, Alex 5-5, Bravo 5-5, Better Than Desert 5-5. A lot of teams 5-5, guys. Joe, a.k.a. Challenger Intercepted all by himself at 4-6 in the 8th spot. Gabe with 3 wins. He has 2 wins in a row. Will he win again? Gabe is coming up and maybe making the playoffs. He can knock Joe out. This would be insane if it actually happened. So Gabe at 3-7 and me all by myself at 1-9. I do got Jeremy this week. But, you know, when you play me, you just don't know. I mean, seriously, things were looking up for me this week. I thought I had a good chance against Luis, but as you saw with my score, guys, just did not happen. It's not in the fantasy cards for me this year. So what can we say? So like I said, I do play German this week. Turned down for what? Okay, Luis takes on Joey. Both battling out who's going to be 8-3, who's going to be 7-4. We'll find out. Blackbeards of Light taking on Soye, Sunny, Leon. Drafty Losers taking on Bravo's Football. And Joe, Challenger Interceptor, taking on Alex to Shield. A lot of, let's hand out, right? Enough scores, right? Let's hand out some Week 10 awards. I'm going to have to say Lamer of the Week does not go to me, believe it or not. I got 84 points, right? So let's go through the scores here. I'm going to have to give it to, is it Bravo? Not too sure. I'm sorry, guys. Bravo with 74 points gets Lamer of the Week. So sorry, Bravo. Player of the Week goes to Blackbeards Alive at 131. Good job there, Freddie. So let's go right into that. Player of the Week. Did I give a shocker? Let's give Shocker of the Week. Shocker of the Week goes to Gabe. Good job, Gabe, for coming out of nowhere and getting another win. I'm saying a lot. Going right into Fantasy Football Pick'ems. I don't think we call it Fantasy Football Pick'ems. We just call it Pro Football Pick'ems, right? So I'm still in second place with 94 picks. Picking it easy at 96. Bravo at 93 picks all by himself at third place. In fourth place with 89 is this obscene G-Man with 86 picks. I know how to pick him at 85. Victoria's Secret 84. Number 8, You're Welcome at 60. Number 9, actually, my sister, Sarah 007 with 54 picks, actually is not in last place for once. Freddie is in last place with 43 picks. Top player of the week this week in Pro Football Pick'em is actually my sister with 11 picks correct. Good job, Sarah. I'm actually really surprised you came through and you made some picks. So, players to watch, teams to watch this week, because we do have more bye weeks. One more bye, this bye week, week 11. One more bye week after that, then we have players throughout the whole rest of the season. Also, guys, at the end of this week is the trade deadline, so watch out for the trade deadline coming up on the 15th, I believe. I'll confirm that later. So this week on bye, guys, with the Baltimore Ravens, Dallas Cowboys, Jacksonville Jaguars, and the New York Jets. What can we do? Who's going to be so hurt not to play? Michael Vick and Percy Harvin. Tony Romo should be benched anyway. If you have the Ravens, watch out, because 4 sets, a good force you're going to miss out on this week. And Jacksonville Jaguars, I don't have to say anything about them because they just suck. So if you have any players on them, go to the waiver roster, see if you need to make some moves, whatnot. As far as injuries, guys, Carson Palmer is out with the ACL. So if you did have Carson Palmer playing, I'm sorry for you, but you're going to put him back on that waiver wire. So Carson Palmer out, and Lamar Miller is on the injury report, so watch out for him, guys, going into this next week. Shouldn't have to worry about. Week 12 bye week is the Carolina Panthers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. After that, no more bye weeks, I believe. Maybe 1 or 2. I'm not too sure. I didn't click through on the link. So another fantastic week of fantasy football, guys. Remember, you can follow me, Mateo83, on Twitter. Big shout out to all the veterans out there who have served and are serving this country presently. Happy Veterans Day to you guys. Big shout out to, I know, Joey, and you know him as Shiver Me Timbers, Joey, and shout out to all our friends that are serving, like Rick, Brandon, all those guys. You know who we're talking about. So go buy them some coffee or something. Well, they're going to get it for free anyway. I'm just ranting. So until next week, guys, set those teams, pick those picks, and I'll see you right here next week on the recap.